Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches. Tonight we're reviewing Aja. Oh.
Can't help yourself.
Aja and the Queen, also known as AJ and the Queen.
Season 1.
Yes, maybe the only season.
We shall see.
Ava and I both, for whatever reason, kept just reading it and seeing it as Aj, not AJ and the Queen. And so then it just became Aja and the Queen, which,
I'm sorry, it became what?
Jimmy,
Aja!
And the Queen.
Jimmy, Aja, Aja, Jimmy, Aja.
Where was Aja?
I don't know. I'm bummed. Where was Tammy Faye Brown?
Yes.
That's not her name.
No, it wasn't.
Just Tammy Brown.
Tammy Brown. Then I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, where was Tammy Brown to walk children in
Love
nature?
it.
Like, even if it was just a silly cameo
Oh my
of
God.
her just like
when they're in the RV park.
walking children in nature. We're just out in nature, kids.
Or Ru and Aja are walking and Ru's like, like, that's the kind of shit I wish.
There was a lot of that in this,
No, there
though.
was no meta-ness.
No, there wasn't.
It was all very surface, and even when it was referencing
Yes.
stuff, it was just obvious stuff. It was not meta.
That's true. I agree. It wasn't meta. It was just references. And it was funny. At a certain point, I was describing the show to someone, and I was like, it's basically just like, you know those jokes where it's like, oh, we made a bot read 1,000 scripts of... It's like they made a bot watch all of the
Drag
episodes
Race.
of RuPaul's Drag Race and like pick out different catchphrases and things and then toss it into a computer-generated script.
Hey, computer, watch any media that includes the word drag queen in it.
Exactly.
Is really what I would...
Yes.
Because this is obviously referencing Priscilla and Tu Wong Fu. I don't know what it is about drag queens and road trips. I mean, give them to me. That's all I want.
On paper, this show should be everything that we've ever wanted in entire lives. We got RuPaul in fabulous outfits, road tripping,
drag queen cameos.
Now we're gonna lay it down with the nonsense plot, way too serious melodrama, obnoxious kid. Like, oh, why?
I need to find a diamond for Pop-Up because I don't have any money. And I need to pay him something so he'll keep me!
I mean, we're just gonna rewrite it. Because Ru's character makes no sense. She's too old to be in this position.
Yes.
I'm just saying it.
Yep.
Like, to be this naive, to be this down and out. I guess we're to assume that Ruby has always been taken advantage of. Like, she's always giving and giving and giving or whatever, and that's her character. But it just doesn't make sense.
We also never see that, though, per se, of, like, necessarily a generous nature.
Well, she's always bending over backwards for people. Oh, I'll make all your outfits for you because the pink lady's like, oh, well, you're not going to include me, but I'm going to, like, she has no backbone.
I guess, sure.
Out of drag, let's say.
Sure.
But, like, it just doesn't make sense. So they really needed a young queen. They needed a John Leguizamo to go on the road trip with her.
Well, I see what you mean.
Instead of the kid.
Sure. Well, no, here's what I would have done.
What?
Because I don't mind the kid, but the kid was annoying.
Yeah, this is yours.
I do mind the kid.
Well, of course you do. You always are gonna mind the kid.
Well, when they're not written interestingly.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. What I would have done, instead of this whole conceit of, oh, I was grifted by the gay grifter, and oh, this...
no homo grifter.
Yeah, exactly.
So I did Grease in high school and I learned the hand jive. So what? Everybody did Grease. That don't mean nothing.
I'm starting to wonder what team y'all playing for.
Stop it, playing shit.
It was so heavy-handed.
Yes.
That I was just like, I don't need this. Instead, I think what they could have done, go back to the good old standby, oh, Ru's conservative sister died in a car accident, and she's the next of kin, and now this little kid needs to live with her. What? I'm supposed to go on a road trip. What am I gonna... Well, you gotta come with me, kid.
I love that.
Yeah. Then at least the kid isn't as obnoxious.
And there's less like, oh no, legal entanglements and you're not... Because the whole time you're like, yeah, Ruby, you're not actively hurting this child, but also this is not okay.
This is technically kidnapping.
Yes, and so... Literally, kid kidnapping. And so you're just kind of like, yeah, bitch, okay. The whole time, like,
it's weird.
You're taking her into clubs and like,
yeah.
You're just like,
Whereas if it was like, oh, I'm fabulous Ruby Red, I've been living my life, you're like, you give it some Auntie Mame-ness.
Ooh.
That's what it needed.
Nailed it.
Fabulous Ruby Red is Auntie Mame, and this little kid is from
the tour where she struts her stuff around the country. Love it.
Yes, she's gonna go on tour as Ruby Red.
Perfect.
It's great.
You fixed it.
Nailed it. They should have consulted me first.
I'm just thinking about when he's reading the list of all the words he doesn't understand in Auntie Mame.
Libido, inferiority complex, heterosexual.
Oh, my, what an eager little mind. You won't need some of these words for months and months.
Sexual.
Write that down in your book.
My, that's quite a list.
That movie is so good.
It's so good. I would have really thoroughly enjoyed that because Auntie Mame is just a drag queen.
Yes.
So, like, yes.
Exactly.
And it doesn't have to be that Ruby has, like, a disposable income.
No, not necessarily.
But it just didn't. $100,000. Okay, so let's get into it.
Oh.
So, Aja and the Queen.
But again,
RuPaul.
$100,000, I'm sorry.
We'll get into the finances. Aja and the Queen.
Yeah.
Ruby Red, RuPaul. I mean, that's just what it's called. Look, I can't help you with that one. I'm fabulous drag queen. I'm performing on this huge stage. I'm getting all the tips. And I'm flaunting my stuff because fuck you, club owner. I finally reached my $100,000 goal mark and I'm going to now open my own club and burn all my bridges
Queens
and
and
say,
queens.
fuck off.
Right, yeah, all my bridges.
It just felt weird.
It did.
I've got a sexy Latin boyfriend who we're going to open this club together and nothing.
He has a business degree and he
Nothing's-
certainly loves me. And he's certainly
I've
not
never been
scamming
to
me.
his house or met any of his friends.
We've been dating for 7 months and I haven't met anyone or talked to
If you've
anyone
been
else.
dating someone for 7 months and you have not seen their house, they're a serial killer. Like, 7 months?
And never once to their place? It seems weird, especially if you have a roommate who sleeps in your living room.
Question mark?
Surprise!
It was unclear.
Yeah.
A lot of things were vague. So, of course,
Of course.
the boyfriend has grifted her out of her whole life savings and now...
Well, wait, we're not just going to let that roll
No,
by.
but
Okay.
I'm setting up the basic
Oh, the
premise.
plot. Yeah.
She's destitute. She was gonna go on this
8-month
tour
tour?
anyway.
Something tour?
8-week tour. Probably.
8-week tour, maybe.
Anyway, so now she really has to go because she's got to make that money, honey.
Yep.
And a small homeless child who's been living on the streets stows away in her car and road trip.
Yeah.
So that's the basic plot. But now we need to get into the credit cards.
Okay. So this is the problem. I mean, first of all, I honestly feel like I already fixed the plot, so whatever.
Oh, I'm already like imagining this Auntie Mame scenario.
Right? It'd be so
Anti-Brew,
great.
Anti-Ruby.
Yeah, Anti-Ruby.
Not great.
No, we could change it from Ruby to something else. It doesn't have to rhyme with Rue. Or not rhyme, but like start.
Have a
with.
Rue.
In-
A Rue.
A Ree. So the credit cards. This is nonsense. Ruby is like, ooh, we got the plans. You brought the blueprints for the club.
We're gonna take down that bitch of a
bearing
bearing wall
and put a
stage.
50-foot runway where it ought to be.
Tear down that bitch of a bearing wall and put a window where it ought to be.
Now that would have been a good.
That would have been a good line.
But-
a good reference.
Yeah, exactly. But he's straight.
Oh.
Question mark?
And characterless?
Yeah. Well, his only character trait, I guess, is that he's anorexic.
Right, he's hot and this is weird kind of baby talky thing.
Self-hating. I've got a case of the not gays.
Yeah, he's definitely like no homo, bro.
Yeah.
It's like weird.
I never did anything to him. He did stuff to me. Repeat that.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But yes, Ruby. Oh, we've got these.
I got us matching credit cards.
Matching credit cards.
Here's our platinum Amexes.
But it wasn't a shared account, right? It wasn't a shared bank account.
Not as far as we know. The only thing that's ever brought up is the American Express. I got us twin American Express cards.
So we can get those miles.
We can get those miles and earn a vacation while building the club. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Down to brass tacks. You need both partners' social security numbers.
Yeah.
And their names, obviously, in order to get them a credit card. There's
Okay.
like a background check, a credit history
Great.
that's run.
There's checks and balances.
You know, yeah, you can't just be like, oh, add Hector Elizondo to the...
Oh, now with Hector Elizondo.
Why wasn't he?
He should have been. Love that.
Yeah.
He like runs the RV park and he's all crotchety.
Love it. Love it. He exchanges the 3 first-class tickets for, one.
I mean, because they did. We're going to bounce all over the place.
Yep.
They did. I feel like they were referencing Pretty Woman when we find out later that Chad has also been grifted by the same guy. And they have a whole conversation and then it comes out that Ruby's like, oh, well, I'm going to miss those lips. And Chad is like, he kissed you?
Oh, right.
He kissed you? On the lips? He would never kiss me. Said he had a thing about kissing. Said he never kissed anyone.
He said he was weird about kissing. I mean, come on, how dumb are we supposed to believe these drag queens are?
Thank you.
Come
Especially,
on.
they're drag queens.
They've seen the shit.
Thank you.
So anyway, whatever, regardless. So that...
Especially older drag... Sorry,
Come on, exactly.
We are supposed to believe that in 2019, these 40 plus, let's say...
Oh, when Bruce said she was 40 and then the show was like, bitch. Because I was like, what? Oh, good, at least they addressed it.
And you know how hard it is to get someone to fall in love with a 40-year-old drag queen? Wait, are you stuck?
Yeah, on the fact you said you were 40.
But so, 40-plus-year-old, they've been around the block. They've seen some shit. Hello.
They know how to spot a grift.
Yes.
But anyway, they didn't.
No.
His lips are too sexy. But Chad says, he had the thing about kissing. He wouldn't kiss me. And that seems like a very pretty...
A big red flag.
Well...
Or also a Pretty Woman thing.
Absolutely a red flag.
Yeah.
I don't kiss. That's a Pretty Woman thing. Like,
Sure.
I don't kiss on the mouth. It's too personal, right?
Right.
That's what I feel like it was referencing.
Yeah, maybe.
But she needed like a magical Hector Elizondo. But she was already all together. Like Ruby was never a mess. Rue couldn't be like a mess.
Right,
drag queen.
it's Rue.
Because it's Rue. So there was a weird dynamic of
That's why
she's already plateaued. She's already there. She's made it.
Well,
what are we doing?
I think what would have been fun would be to do a kind of Priscilla thing where you have Rue who's inherited this child.
Right.
And then also she was supposed to go on this tour with a younger drag queen that she hates or whatever.
And there are 3 of them.
The 3 of them all have to learn to
and
get...
Guy Pearce shows up with his shirt off?
I mean, probably still can get it.
Oh, fully, yeah. Maybe there's a thing where like Ruby had retired, but like because of some reason she had to come out.
Sure.
A little bit of like dusting.
I can't
off.
afford it. Like maybe the parents had no money or whatever, and so now she has to raise the child on her own. She has to make more income.
Something. Just to give it an excuse of like, oh, I'm dusting off my cockers. What's that called? I don't know. Where you're like with the house and you're dusting the cock. Isn't that a thing?
I have no idea.
What are those? What's this?
Beats me.
The fireplace.
You mean the bellows?
I don't know.
Anyway. So
right, the credit card.
The fucking credit card. And, they go to sign the lease or whatever, and he's not there. Hector Elizondo's not there.
Oh, I love it. Honestly, Hector Elizondo in this grifting boyfriend part would make a lot more sense.
A lot more sense.
He's a charismatic actor. Love that for him. Now here's my question. Okay, regardless of the security and the back, okay, sure, we're ignoring that. It's a TV show, right? This is what I fundamentally don't understand.
Yes, I know exactly where you're going.
They say, oh, that credit card's been maxed out by $100,000. You're now $100,000 in debt. Now, okay, let's say she can't get through to them. They don't believe her. She's been grifted. She still has the $100,000 to pay it off, right?
I would assume, unless they were also on a joint bank account and he took all of it. So not only did he then take the $100,000,
but also maxed out the credit card.
Who
has a $100,000 credit card limit?
Also, if all that you have to your name is $100,000.
Well, obviously don't put it in one account.
But also, again, in order to have a joint account, you both have to go to the bank together, provide documentation of who you are.
Right, because we do find out that is not his real name.
So in that case, he would have to have stolen someone else's identity.
Right.
And have their documents.
Yes.
Which now we're talking about a much deeper level.
A higher grift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never talked about.
Nope. We're never going to get to the bottom of it.
Never.
It doesn't make sense.
No. The credit card thing drove me crazy.
Oh, drove me crazy.
Also, you've been saying your whole life.
She said, I mean, it's
50
a joke.
whatever year old.
It's a joke, but she says, like, I've been saving for 200 years.
And you only got $100,000? Also, can we talk about...
And that's why she's living in that apartment and, like, drives that RV. Like, she's living not beyond her means. Is that what we're to believe?
But if she was living not beyond her means, shouldn't she have saved up more than $100,000?
Well, she spent it all on those costumes.
Well, she definitely did. She has $500,000 worth of costumes in that RV. The insurance for that RV has got to be crazy.
It's crazy.
Personal property, you got the
contents.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah. Can we talk about the, like, also speaking of the bot scanning all the episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race? That's where the $100,000 came from, right? Winner of RuPaul's Drag Race receives $100,000. It just seemed weird that it was like, where did this number come from? Like, you can't open a club with $100,000.
I don't think so.
Even in Queens.
Idaho, maybe.
Yeah.
You could start.
Yeah.
But I still think you'd be underwater in a year.
I would think it'd be a problem. It would be tough.
It'd be tough.
I guess you could start and use that as a loan, like sign the lease and then take out a loan. We never see her go to the loan office.
Nothing. We're never going to get to the bottom of it, but it drove me insane.
Insane. So quick commercial break and we'll be back with more Jimmy, Asha! Except not, unfortunately.
She could have been the younger queen.
Ooh, yes!
Yes! And she's like teaching the little kid all the, you know,
like how to be fabulous. Exactly.
Whatever. And Rue's like, oh, bitch.
If I hear you tongue pop one more time, and not that Asha tongue pops, but whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
But then where would they have slept? There would have had to be
It'd be a bigger bus.
It'd be a bus.
It'd be like a Priscilla bus instead of like an RV. Or a bigger RV.
Priscilla's just so good.
It's so good.
I'm thinking about like the tanning beds in the luggage compartment. Like it's just so good.
Yeah.
And in Priscilla, I mean, we're gonna talk about it. You see the thriftiness. You see that they took something they had and they then, you know,
and yet there's
made
also
it into something more fabulous than it had any right to be.
Absolutely that. Instead of this RuPaul's just like, and then everyone did everything for me.
I'm in drag.
Exactly.
Like it was never, I'm putting myself into drag. And I'm done.
I'm in, and it's a fabulous gown.
It's a miracle. I snap my fingers and I'm out of drag and I'm in drag.
Yeah. Crazy. But also Priscilla does a better job, I think, of magical realism of it all.
Yes.
Where it's just like, well, and then it works because the magical floating glitter. Like, you know, I don't know.
Because they're drag queens. Like, make them magic.
Sure.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this show was trying to be campy, melodramatic, but it like missed the tone. Because all the campy melodrama took itself so seriously, you couldn't laugh at it.
No.
You were just like, what?
Exactly. It's funny, at a certain point I was like, wow, who would have thought that What If would have been campier and funner than this?
What If? Who would have thought Renee Zellweger was a campier actress than RuPaul? Honestly.
Honestly, though. It's because this one took itself too seriously.
So seriously.
Yeah.
Well, so it's co-created by RuPaul and Michael Patrick King.
Right.
Who directed both Sex and the City movies.
Well, and he created
Sex and the City and directed a bunch of episodes of Sex and the City. And we were talking about it, we're like, yeah, that makes sense.
It makes sense when you
the bad VO, the self-pretentious.
Yes.
Is that
oh my God! If she
phrase?
just had a laptop, it would have been Sex and the City. Self-pretentious. It's
like
not,
that.
but I like that a lot.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's a self-pretentious VO. Anyway, I'm writing in my blog.
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess I should have known not to let him push me that high, but sometimes you get too close to the sun. Whatever. Nonsense.
It just didn't matter and was so, like, disconnected from what was happening.
Well, especially because it was always the kid.
Almost always the kid.
Well, until the last one.
It was very Sex and the City. Like, now that we've put it together, I'm like, oh, wait, it was just that.
Yeah, if she had had a little clamshell iBook, then it would have all made sense. You didn't back up your hard drive? As a professional writer?
They're on the road, episode 2, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you gotta stop at that diner. That's why you tip. Weird things that is like, who cares?
Right. Because she's Mama Ru, and she's teaching her life lessons.
Well, right, yeah.
The woman is 60 years old, on her feet all day, waiting on little psychopaths like you. 10 is not nearly enough.
It was like the RuPaul soapboxiness that really would annoy me.
Yeah.
Also because it often coincided with the kid being super bratty and obnoxious. And I understood like they were trying to make this thing of like the kid is so hard up and has such a lack of parenting.
Right.
But it ended up just being obnoxious.
Yeah, there was no shades of,
no, there was no nuance.
The kid was not interesting in any way. Like,
we didn't really know any of her hopes or dreams or personality aside from...
Because every voiceover was, my life sucks, everything's terrible.
I figured out a long time ago that life sucks.
Isn't my sob story the most sob story-ish of them all?
She was very nihilistic.
Yes.
Just like, I don't like anything.
No. Everything sucks. Life's terrible. So I'm like, I get it.
Oh, it was
This story
awful,
is rough.
but it was just like not handled in an interesting way. And there wasn't like really an arc necessarily over time of like, oh, but I grew to enjoy.
Or learn or no. There was like this undertone of like, you're not going to go out there dressed in drag, are you? Oh my God.
She was like a New York street kid. Like it was basically just like Oliver Twist or something. They were just like, where's Fagin? You know, like, oh no. But she was so streetwise and yet would
like revert like
back and like to be the voice of
like, oh gosh, I'm scared. I'm like, but why? That doesn't make sense.
But then I'm gonna like hitchhike to like a shanty town and by myself.
Right?
It was weird.
Yeah.
I guess because she cared about Rue and she wanted Rue to get hurt.
Sure, but she's a 55-year-old man. I think it's okay. Like if it's not
55.
I think so. How old is RuPaul? 59.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think she's about 59. Honestly. Oh, because I looked it up because Rude claiming that Jane Krakowski and her were children together.
How old is Jane Krakowski?
Oh, she was 8 years younger.
Yeah, she's 51. That's not crazy. I mean, I guess that's 8 years is a big difference.
That would mean that when Rue was
18, she would be 10.
So that's a pretty big difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just pretty
Rue was
aggressive.
8 and she was born.
Exactly.
Because they were dancing as like 10-year-olds. So she was 2? Great.
It was just rude. But anyway, Pittsburgh, we get to meet Katya, fabulous.
Yeah.
Obviously. We get to meet Jinx.
This was weird.
Maybe don't tuck your junk in front of a minor.
There are no minors in Pennsylvania. No matter what the president promised.
Boozy, you know.
Lithium-y, maybe?
It was very,
spacey?
I didn't know what was going on with this.
Well, then she did this weird line.
Her 2 lines I thought were weird.
Yes.
Take me. Come on. Let's go.
First kid I ever met who's a top.
Yells at her and is like, show me where the food is or something. And I've never met a kid who was a top. And I'm like, it's weird.
I remember laughing and then, yes, it is weird though.
Like it's
weird.
It's not unfunny, but it's a weird thing to say to a child.
Absolutely.
And that's why the show's weird the whole time.
That's just so sexual.
It's so sexual, and she is very much a child.
Yeah.
It just felt weird.
It just, a little weird.
And then, will you give this to Donnie in the sound booth? I would, but he still hasn't forgiven me for that time I roofied him.
And it was like, oh my God, what happened? Did you date rape him?
Like, what's happening?
I don't know.
It was weird. It was hard for me to tell how much of the Queen's stuff was improv and how much of it was scripted.
Well, I don't necessarily think there was improv. A lot of it was written for people.
Okay.
Like, obviously, Latrice's part was written
for Latrice.
Like, there was things, like Chad's, you know,
was
like, there was
Chad.
things where, like, oh, yeah, okay, that's, you know.
Again, because the bot scraped it and they knew their stories from Drag Race.
Yeah. Well, and we didn't talk about Mario Cantone.
Oh my God. I mean, I will say that this Tina Turner Proud Mary number was great.
Whenever,
I mean, not Mario, but Rue.
I mean, it was great.
It was a silly number. It was a fun scene.
Rue was performing, I was loving it. I was so into it. They're dueling Tinas. I really.
Oh yeah, it was very sick.
Enjoyed. I love Mario Cantone. I love him.
Do you?
Yes.
Interesting.
You don't?
He always annoyed me on Sex and the City. And so then
you watched a lot more Sex and the City than I did. I've not seen all the episodes. It's like here and there.
I've seen all the episodes and I used to like rewatch it like late at night. I'd like put it on and be like, no, I'll fall asleep.
So I don't think I have that.
He would always annoy me because I don't like his character in the Sex and the City.
Sure.
And I don't know if I know him from much else.
Oh, well, there you go.
I mean, again, like you said, I think the Rue numbers were a fun moment, and that was when I was most enjoying the show, was like, oh great, drag queens are here, oh great, performance, oh yes, this wet t-shirt contest, fabulosity, like yeah, love this. Oh my God, her breastplate fell off like Fifi O'Hara's, love it. Again, the bot got it right. Sometimes it works, sometimes not.
And her like chicken leg arm warmer car wash tassel-y.
Oh yeah.
In the wet t-shirt contest?
Yeah, like the like a car, it was like a car wash.
Yeah.
Maybe
I didn't know what that...
You soap them up and then you can, I don't know.
Oh, I like that. If Car Wash had come on and she was like,
for the car
wash, and she's like sopping down her tits with it.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
And James Mansfield shows up.
Yeah.
So much fun. She only gets one line, but she made it work.
Yeah.
Hey, that kid took my spare boob.
Hey, you took my spare boobs. Oh, wait, but we didn't talk about Thrust It.
Oh my god.
The club owner.
He's the thrust it guy.
Oh.
Thrust. Do a PK turn.
That's it.
Do a PK turn. That's it.
And I did love this too. There were so many people that I would recognize, aside from the drag queens.
Oh yeah.
That would have little cameos here and there.
Like Mary Kay Place shows up, Adrienne Barbeau shows up. Like I kept going, oh, you're fab.
Yes, either literal gay actors or queer actors or allies or whatever, people that have been in the space. Like obviously Jane Krakowski. Like
Sure.
let's include and give a paycheck to all of the people that we can.
Yeah.
Let's take all of Warner Brothers' last dollars that they have.
Oh no.
Well, it's just a fact. But Netflix paid them, so there you go. And they got that, like, I mean, every episode started, oh my god, the beginning was the most painful for me.
Well, I kept thinking it was snow, but you were saying, like, every time the Warner Brothers logo came up, I thought, oh, it's a Christmas episode.
No, it was like
tricked
pink
me every
sunset
time.
with like little glittery things.
Who else thought it was snow?
I didn't. But then what really annoyed me was the slow-mo beginning of the VO where it'd be like,
because the VO is
so
terrible.
melodramatic, and it was like, and
This
that's
week,
when, oh
Mr.
my
Big. I mean, honestly, now I can't even really get past it.
It's true.
I don't remember which city we were in for the Bob Mackie Museum.
Oh, who knows?
The Bob Mackie Museum Notary. That did make me laugh. It was like the Bob Mackie Museum Bed and Breakfast and Notary. That was silly.
Yeah.
But this episode felt
painful.
Spinning wheels.
Yes.
It just felt like
we didn't know what to do.
There's no motivation for what's happening. It's just here we are, and because she didn't have a gig.
Right, and shit to solve, but then the Bob Mackie Museum, we gotta go see. Oh, they're iconic. That was like another annoying thing where like everyone's iconic to you. The kid was just so obnoxious that I was just like, shut up.
It's a freaking house.
The weirdest part of that episode was the guy running, and I know that actor.
He's from Will and Grace.
The guy, I don't remember his name, but he's like in everything.
Sure.
Like he shows up and he's running the Bob Mackie Museum, and at the end he's like, "I'll let you try one on."
Oh right.
I'll let you try one of Diana Ross's. Rude to Diana Ross, by the way, that like RuPaul would fit in her dress.
I mean, Ru is pretty slender, and there's all of this weird anorexic talk.
There's a lot of like food shaming.
I don't eat.
Like,
no, I can't have carbs.
How could I possibly?
No, because between him and the
absolutely.
the
but then,
assassin not gay guy.
Before the grifter breaks up with her at the Chinese restaurant, he's like, "You need to eat, darling."
Yeah.
Like it was very like.
No, I can't have rice.
Oh, no thanks. No rice for me.
Have some rice. You're too thin.
That is the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
There was a lot of that, and I was like, okay. But no, like, it wasn't like Diana Ross now. Sorry. She's not as thin.
Sure.
She looks great. She's not as thin. It was Diana Ross in the 70s. I was like, bitch, what are you talking about? RuPaul would fit in this dress.
Absolutely not.
But anyway, and they sing Endless Love.
Yes.
Duetted together. And then the grifter boy, they cut in between them singing Endless Love and the grifter boyfriend walking into a bar and having like a gay panic scene where, oh, should I grift?
Or also a grifting panic scene, like, oh, I don't want to scam anyone else.
No, I think it was I don't want to sell my body.
Oh.
Because he was like, remember when he was talking to, we haven't even talked about Lady Danger, we'll get into it. Remember he was talking to Tia Carrera and he was like, he did stuff to me. I never did gay stuff to him. I was like, what are we doing?
But again, this was like the gay panic, I guess.
Yes. So that's what I mean.
Also, RuPaul, red flag. 7 months? Also, what does it did stuff to me mean?
Ru's the top?
No, I think the opposite. Like, he blew him and bottomed? Or just blowies? They never,
No,
I don't know.
think Ru topped him.
No. That'd be even gay, that would be more gay panicky.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
It's all weird.
It is.
Ruby honestly deserves to get grifted. I mean, there's just like, it's a bunch of nonsense.
Nonsense.
Should we get into the boyfriend?
He's terrible, yeah.
Honestly, I don't remember his name, I'll be honest.
Hector Elizondo.
One of his names was Hector Elizondo. I would have really... Or Stanley Tucci. Where was the Tucci? He should have been in this!
Yeah. Yeah.
He should have been one of the pageant runners.
Love that.
But, oh god, okay, boy. So Hector Elizondo,
Good.
although I don't want to disparage Hector Elizondo.
No. The grifter. We'll just call him the grifter.
The grifter. He is, oh my gosh, he just is not a very good actor and does not understand tone.
No.
And so he'll like fly into feats of rage.
Not
Hey, hold the door!
Remember when he like threw that plate of food and was like, no!
Remember when he jumped on the bed?
He's like a little kid. He like talks with a baby voice.
He has a little baby voice. It's weird.
It's really weird, and I don't understand his character at all. And more than anything, okay, so Tia Carrere's in this TV show.
Oh my
as
God.
Lady Danger. She has an eye patch. Turns out she's like illegally doing like fillers and stuff like that for drag queens. And for some reason, now I don't think you have the answer. Tia Carrere and the grifter decide, because Ruby called the police, like anyone would, by the way. They didn't like leave a threatening note like, don't call the police or we'll kill Lewis or something. Oh, we haven't talked about Lewis. We haven't talked about cocoa butter.
Best part of the show, I think.
Best part of the show, put a pin in it.
Yeah.
So Lady Danger, okay, so they, for some reason, are mad that Ruby has called the police and they're being investigated.
Right.
So they decide they're gonna follow Ruby on her tour to murder her.
I'm still gonna need that ride to Jackson to kill that queen.
Because that would be less trouble? I mean, she already called the police.
Well, exactly. It's already set into motion, so murdering her would just make it that much more obvious.
And make it more obvious that you murdered her.
Oh, this queen got murdered after she just reported these two people. We gotta find those two people.
Like, it literally makes no sense.
And it's not like Ru had anything that they wanted.
Had it been like, oh, I accidentally left the money in the RV, something dumb. But then also, Tia Carrere and the grifter seem to hate each other, so there's not like a partnership there.
No.
Like, oh, well, we're gonna stick together. Like, I honestly do not know why, particularly why Tia Carrere cares.
No.
She's already given her information to the police.
Well, that's what.
So she probably got immunity for being like, it was him.
That's it. He said, oh, well, she flipped on him and then gave an address, which it was his mom's address, I guess. But he happened to be fucking some woman there.
Right. No, then the mom gave them that address.
Oh.
It was confusing.
That is confusing.
But also, who gives a shit what is happening? I just could not fathom that for episode upon episode, they were still like, we gotta find him.
Yeah.
Now, I guess what they're trying to say, at least for the grifter, is like, oh, he's actually in love with Ruby, and is like, actually just following her. But like his repressed gay feelings are making him angry. That's what they're trying to tell you.
I guess.
But again, for Tia Carrere, like I honestly
don't know. But also there was this weird thing of money.
Yeah.
Where they're like poor. Oh, we don't have any money to spend on anything. I've been wearing the same pair of
underwear. I've only two pairs of
Versace
underwear have been washing out because they didn't plan their road trip.
I guess.
Now it's raining. Because I've been washing the same 2 pair of Versace underwear in a sink for 7 weeks.
Also, what happened to all of the money that you charged? Well, that's the other thing. I mean, and not to harp on the credit card thing, but like, what did he charge so quickly?
At some point, he says it was like child support and
you could charge child support on your credit card?
She bought a Birkin bag.
Right.
They
did go through a list.
But it didn't seem to add up, and it's certainly not something you could just be like, charge $100,000.
That's it, like, hello, it would show up on your phone. Your Apple Pay is like, did you make
bank, can I get a cashier's check from this credit card for $100,000? I don't know. It's a mystery. But then it seems like Lady Danger has all the money.
I'm done with her and her stuff! What?
But it doesn't seem like it's $100,000.
No.
It's not that enough.
But then apparently it was, except for the $4,000 that he spent on a suit.
Oh, God, the finances.
It's what I owe you. All but $4,000, which I used to get myself this suit because I wanted to look nice for you.
Really don't know why Lady Danger was on that road trip.
It doesn't make any sense.
It just really doesn't.
Well, like, I feel like...
And here he is, 20 feet away, just waiting to be murdered. And you're more concerned about cops.
So we don't really need the villainry of that? Like, in my fixed version,
yeah, it's great.
The conflict just comes from encountering either different people and or the differences in the way that this posh child was raised.
Yeah.
You know, maybe in like boarding school in England or something.
Oh, I like that. Oh, what are we stopping at Jack in the Box? You know.
Exactly.
What's a French fry?
It's not organic. I can't eat
I don't know
this.
what this accent is, but I like it.
Yeah. It's like the, Oxford by way of, Connecticut.
Drawer. That's I like it. I wish that was the
Mid-Atlantic,
show. I really wish that was the show.
Right?
But, and then at some point, Tia Carrere blackmails Grifter into having sex with her, or else she'll tell his mom that he's gay. And I was like, what are we doing? This is weird and gross.
You walk out that door and everyone you know gets this gay grifter post.
Your mother? How do you think she'd feel if her hot Cuban son was a queer?
On some level, Tia Carrere's character works more for me than the Grifter, because she's just like, I'm
a cartoon
crazy.
villain.
Like, she's a
cartoon villain.
I'm evil, I have an eye patch, and I'm like here to cause chaos, and I just want people to suffer because I'm unhappy.
Right, because I didn't win Miss America.
But, oh boy. Anyway, we gotta move on.
Yeah, let's talk about Lewis.
Yes, Cocoa Butter!
Yeah.
I love him. Best part of the show.
Best part.
Steals every scene he's in.
Absolutely.
I mean, the blind jokes are pretty on the nose.
Yes.
And sometimes offensive.
Yes.
But
they kind of taper off, mostly. No, because even in the end...
Yeah, they don't.
Because I was excited at first, like, they have this whole little love story of him and the gay cop. The hot cop. You're like, yeah, I love this. Yes, yeah. And then it turns crazy real fast.
Do you like my green beans? Well, they're a little al dente. Yeah. I hate you!
You're always at the top with Robert!
You know what's not a total success? My beans. I skipped leg day to make you this meal.
A lot of different gay cliches.
Yes.
And a lot of body issues. Yes. A lot. I mean, that is, not inaccurate, but it was just so much of it. Everyone was either I'm fat or I'm not eating to be thin.
Exactly.
No one was like comfortable in their own skin.
Yeah.
We're just following him from gay club to gay club, and I'm getting fat.
And everyone that was in shape and hot was like, that was their entire existence.
Their entire persona. I mean, that's not...
It's not inaccurate, but like it was still like, can someone like themselves? Can one person be like cool with themselves? That would be nice.
Cocoa Butter.
But she's constantly like, oh, I'm a big girl, I'm a size... Like, I guess, like, that's fine too, but...
She's mostly just about
I'm gonna
eating,
eat more.
and I have diabetes.
I guess it's for me then.
You're diabetic.
A diabetic person can eat anything anyone else can eat. They just have to be far more careful about it.
Like, I have diabetes and I had a diabetic stroke and I'm blind now because of it, and I'm just gonna keep eating donuts. It was pretty offensive.
And an entire cake. It was pretty offensive. It was not good. It was not well written.
Mm-hmm.
The subtlety was completely inexistent.
Yeah, there's no subtext.
No, it's just text hitting you over the head with it.
Yeah.
In a very Ru way. Like, you could tell that RuPaul also wrote this.
Oh, yeah.
Because it felt like the worst of the Drag Race, like, I'm gonna armchair psychoanalyze you.
Yeah.
No thanks.
I wouldn't say I didn't enjoy watching it.
No!
There was nonsense.
Yeah.
There was drag queens.
Yep.
There was performances. There was wigs. There was a lot going on.
Always something enough to get me through each episode.
Well, and even when I was like, what is this? I was like, what is... Like, I was baffled. So I was like, what is going on? Like, it kept me engaged because I was like, what?
It's certainly a conversation piece. Like, yes. I could talk about this show because what is happening?
Yes.
I feel like it'd be fun to watch with, like, a group and a lot of alcohol.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love that drink. Where was she?
Where was Jessica? That would have been good. I mean, season 2, I guess.
I guess.
I'm better because I'm Jessica Wilde and I'm unique.
Now with all these drag queens living together.
Oh, I love that. Absolute acai. Oh my God.
You know who I was really shocked that it wasn't in it?
I don't know. There's too many to choose.
Talking about bare arms.
Oh, Shangela. Oh, of course. Wow. You know what? I am shocked Shangela did not show up.
Right?
She's probably too busy.
She's probably, yeah. So quick commercial break and we'll be back with more RuPaul's outfits.
Ooh. Can we talk about the Grease episode?
Oh my God.
Oh boy. So they stop at this RV park.
And like these other comedians that we know.
Right, Natasha Leggero shows up and that woman whose name I'm forgetting at the moment.
Yep.
And we're gonna put on a skit and we're gonna do
oh, we just usually sing some Grease. And it was like, oh, but you're not going to have wigs? You don't have characters? Blah, blah, blah. We're going to put on a show. I'm going to, direct this and, taskmaster it.
But it's like they never let, because then they were like, oh, no, you're too strict. We just want to have fun. They never let, Ru just, Ru never, made over anybody. If there isn't a makeover in a drag movie, what's going on? What's happened?
It's true.
I mean, honestly.
Honestly. And I mean, this actually gets worse where she's like, I'm going to chop off all my hair, and now you have to look at this goddamn terrible short wig for the rest of the
wig,
stupid season.
Her real hair was also a wig and was bad. And then she chopped it off, and it was bad. And then they put a little girl Pollyanna wig on her, and it was bad. Even when she made her over, it was bad. I did not care for the wigs.
No.
On that girl.
No. But can we talk about Ru and the sanding outfit? Because
first, I think we need to talk about the rattlesnake.
Oh my God.
I've got it. We'll murder her, and it will be a... what were they gaining from that? Other than, revenge. Oh, you're dead.
Woo!
But the rattlesnake, oh my God. Hiding in her sleeve, and then it catches on her kimono. Yeah. Oh my God! Oh, it's so dumb.
Oh, and then the gay couple.
Stop swinging your arm around.
Can't I have a rattlesnake? God, my God!
Cowboys.
Oh, the gay cowboys.
Shoot it.
But yes, Ru as Sandy. It was
that
so good.
wig.
That wig was.
Ugh.
It was so good.
So good. And I think that's where, too, if it was Auntie Ru and this obnoxious child who's not too obnoxious, just prissy.
Or just,
conservative.
That does, it would have been better.
And then you have, Aja, right? But so, Auntie Ru is always just fabulous outfits.
Yes.
Fabulous outfits.
Yes.
And then you have,
She's Vita.
Exactly.
Fu.
Yes. And then, always just, I think tomorrow's a Say Something Hat Day.
Say Something Hat Day. And she's constantly referencing old stuff.
Yes.
Yes. You don't know about, Grease isn't that old, but you don't know about this,
exactly.
I'm going to teach you.
Yeah.
And then Aja is like, I'm going to teach you about Lizzo or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, love it. Yes. And they all learn from each other. The multi-generational. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, God, missed opportunities.
Would you replace the child in your Auntie Mame?
Oh.
Obviously. Would you replace it with a boy child?
Maybe.
It's a little too and then we put the boy in drag because...
Right. No, I don't want that to be the case. Yeah, I don't know.
No, I think an uptight girl.
Yeah.
That's where I want it.
I mean, in all honesty, I kind of want it to be Lindsay Lohan's character from...
Her fancy Parent Trap?
Yes.
Twin?
Yes. I have class and you don't.
Yeah, I like that. That would be fun.
It could kind of work, right? Yeah. Where she's just like, oh, you're going to go out and drag in this town? And everything's dirty and she's like, I hates it. Yeah. I think that could work. It's great. We figure it out. She hates being on this bus and she's angry, but then she learns to love it because
she's trying to do her schoolwork or something.
Yeah.
Another weird thing. Okay, so in the Latrice episode, she's counterfeiting Gucci and money and stuff, and even though she went to jail, but she's doing illegal stuff anyway. And my bodyguard, who's immediately is just
obsessed with RuPaul.
I want to fuck you. I mean, essentially, it was just let's get it on.
Yeah.
And
they do.
I mean, I love that for her.
Yeah.
But I did love Latrice just sitting, hosting in her booth.
Yeah.
Up next. I was like,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
To this.
Mm-hmm.
Latrice offers to get the grifter and Lady Danger off her back.
If Lady Danger ever shows up around here, we'll take care of her.
I mean, and then when they smash his car window.
Yeah. No! Stop it! Stop!
No! No, not my car! Stop! Stop! Stop, please!
It was so weird.
And then they take off her eye patch, and it turns out she's fucked up her own face with her filler, and it's this wacky eye, and she takes the picture.
Scram or Instagram. Scram or Instagram.
Scram! Keep going. Instagram. And leave them alone.
Or Instagram. Scram! Or Instagram.
Scram or Instagram.
It was so weird. It was like they were putting a hex on her. It was very bizarre.
It was such nonsense.
That's the kind of stuff where I was like, I mean, yeah,
I get
weird, but okay.
Sure.
Really weird, but okay.
Really weird. Oh God, can we talk about the stupid hospital? I think this was my least favorite episode.
I think the Bob Mackie.
That one was bad. It was bad. It was bad. But the hospital one just dragged for so long.
I didn't like either of them.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Toss them both. But yeah, the hospital, she breaks her arm, she gets pushed off the swing by Rue, whatever. She lets go.
Let's go and jumps off the swing.
Whatever. So they bring her to the hospital. Oh, but then they're going to separate us. Oh, hospitals. Oh, okay.
It was everyone's having flashbacks to the last time they were in the hospital, I guess.
Yeah, the mom giving birth and Rue going. Okay, this was weird.
Yes.
Rue going with cocoa butter.
Well, so they're performing. Meet me in St. Louis. Yeah. Judy and Cocoa Butter is eating all of the desserts. And it was like, okay, passes out on stage, and this drove me crazy. Okay, so we find out over the course of this episode that he has a stroke, and that's why he's blind. But earlier on in the season, I want to say episode 1 or 2.
I think it was 1.
1, I think.
I had a diabetic stroke at 28. Right after I told my very Christian father that I was a drag queen.
That I told him I was a drag queen, and
he was fine with it,
but then I had a stroke. And I was like, well, what are we doing here? Why are we having... There's no reason for her to lie to that child about that.
Yeah.
There's no motivation for that.
No one had a story Bible where you, keep track of those things?
There were so many things where I was like, wait, but in the last episode you said that. What? It's like they wrote an outline or a script and then never read it again.
Yes. I mean, maybe.
But yes, they're performing, he passes out.
Yeah, that's the whole flashback and whatever. What was crazy to me about this scene, I mean, it was like a lot of bureaucratic nonsense. It was like, oh, well, I'm a nurse and I'm not gonna, hospitals really suck, don't they? How are we gonna pay for this? Good thing we have this counterfeit money. It was all nonsense, right? You're like, this is, I mean, if Elizabeth Warren came in and was like, this is why we need Medicare for all, I'd be like, okay, I'm on board. But
I love that.
Right.
If she just showed up as a nurse?
Yes!
Oh, I would have loved that. Yeah, and they're in Oklahoma at this point.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
That would have been fun. What was crazy to me is that it's this whole melodramatic episode. The whole episode is just melodrama. And then at the very end, they're cutting between the flashback of I'm gonna be blind forever.
You're like, I had a stroke? I can't see. The discovery that he is now blind.
Forever.
Helping us out today. Hey.
They told me I had a stroke.
And then they're cutting between the mom giving birth to her. I mean,
by herself.
Thank you, you've been so sweet, you've taken care of me. Finally, someone's shown me compassion.
Kindness, yeah.
What are your names? She names the daughter after the two of them. Cut to RuPaul dressed as a fucking Jamaican nurse.
It's from a show I did called Jamaica Me Crazy.
Oh, this is from my one-woman show, Jamaica Me Crazy. I'm what's going on?
The tone is just
we gotta get out of here, child. Let's run away from the authorities.
We can't let child services take you because you have no parents.
It was so insane. And the fact that but this was fun. I like Jamaica Me Crazy more than... And I will be blind for the rest of my life because of my diabetic coma.
Why is that in this show?
What's going on? What's happening? But I did love 8-foot-tall RuPaul in nurse drag, and all of the other nurses are just that tracks. Yeah. No one ever clocks her and is you're clearly a drag queen. What's going on? What's happened? What is happening?
Who you man? Cover your puppy. But I'm here for my puppy.
I want it to be silly, fun, dumb nonsense.
Yep.
That's it.
Conflicts.
Or go full insane. Which one of you bitches is my mother? Go for it.
Yeah.
Be crazy. Be Dynasty. Yes. Do that. Where's Joan Collins? Yes. As crazy old rich lady who they go to her house because who cares? Whatever reasons.
Jane Krakowski.
She's
the
pop pop.
$60,000.
She's whatever. They show it. It's a mansion. It's a palatial, and it's Joan Collins. Oh, I've got the receipts. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
But no. Anyway, that episode was a lot. So we've reached the Jane Krakowski episode.
Yes.
Which there's only one thing I want to talk about, and one thing only, and that is Jane Krakowski's husband's necklace. Oh my God. Did you not notice?
I don't know if I did.
Oh my God. It was like a choker on a thin chain with a teardropped turquoise, like vaguely Native American teardrop that was very large, but then the chain was so small. It was like right.
Oh, I do vaguely remember, yes.
And there was I was like, so he's fucking Ginger Minge. Clearly, that's what this necklace is telling me. Because I was like, what is going on? Honestly, every time he was on camera, I was like, what is happening with this necklace? This necklace is telling me something, right? It can't just be, oh, I'm Texan. That can't be the only explanation. Because it wasn't like a bolero tie. No. It was a choker. That's honestly the only thing I want to talk about.
It's like Tommy always says, Chad, you're just too damn straight.
Tommy is our party planner.
He's a real hoot.
I vaguely noticed it. I definitely did notice it. And I did have the same thoughts where I was like, well, this is... Because remember, he would always, like, enjoy watching them, too, in, like, a weird way, where it was, like, you kind of got the feeling like he wanted to take part.
I didn't understand what their marriage was.
No.
And why they were unhappy.
No.
He was just, like, nice and rich.
And rich, I guess.
And, that necklace.
Oh, my God.
And then he'd like lean over and it would like wibbly wobble, and I was like, what is happening?
Oh, that's my big, handsome, straight husband.
Yeah. So Jane Krakowski is her friend from childhood. They haven't seen each other in a while. Yeah. She's now putting on this Texan accent. She's got big hair. She's trying to be a Texan wife,
right.
You know, this whole thing. And Ginger Minge is her assistant, and she was fabulous. I mean, Ginger Minge's a great actress.
Yeah.
But this whole thing of Ru being embarrassed and...
Oh, yeah.
Like, at this point in your drag career, unless the emotion is, this is beneath me.
Right.
As a drag queen.
Right.
I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. They're going to pay her $4,000 to do one song at their party in their living room.
Yeah.
And she is so upset and uncomfortable by this.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, bitch.
Why?
I mean, and the fact that everyone at the party was like, this is so weird. We hate it. She's crazy.
It was
this
stupid.
drag. I was like, what's going on?
Unless that was supposed to be from Ru's perspective.
No, it's not that smart.
Well, exactly. That was the problem.
No.
And that's why I was like, this is just weird then.
Yeah.
Like, they were all so, oh my God, a drag queen? They were all into it.
Like, she should have been like, I don't care, bitch. Give me my $4,000. I'm going to perform the shit out of this.
I will stand up here for an audience of none if you give me the fucking $4,000. I don't care.
Because she had already performed at that karaoke bar for like 3 people that didn't clap. So I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
And she was like, oh, well, it wasn't the best audience, but it wasn't my worst either. So what?
I guess it's like, yeah, you're not on a stage. Like, it's...
Sure.
I get it, but like, you're a professional drag queen, like, do your job.
I think it was supposed to be that she felt uncomfortable because she felt like she didn't belong.
Jane Krakowski felt uncomfortable, but then this whole episode I did not care for.
No, it's not
but
good.
I would not mind talking about the husband's necklace for... I mean, honestly, it was so weird. I'm obviously more sensitive to this kind of costume decision.
Right.
But like, okay, so I was watching this episode of Lucifer, right? Chloe... has a very, a silken scarf wrapped around her neck twice, tied, kind of like I do sometimes, right? But that is absolutely not in her character. She has never worn a scarf before. What are you doing? Why are you wearing... Clearly you've been bitten by a vampire. Something is...
That's a very lovely scarf you're wearing, Miss Mina.
Yes, I felt chilly this morning.
May I have a look?
And literally, it's like the whole episode, and I was like, what is happening? This scarf is here for a reason. It shouldn't be here. What is going on? And it eventually, yes, it turns out she needs to, I won't spoil it because you haven't watched it, but she has to cover something up. Not necessarily on herself.
Oh,
spoilers. But I literally couldn't watch the episode because I was just like, what is happening? Anyway, that was
good. Back to Jane Krakowski. This was a bummer for me because I love her.
Love her.
When she gets to be crazy comedian.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Jenna.
She wasn't funny at all.
No.
She wasn't meant to be.
No, she wasn't. It was like a drama. And not that she can't be a dramatic actress. It's just like this was a bad role.
Yeah.
It was a badly written part. And it kind of reminded me of a lot of the bad scenes of her in Kimmy Schmidt. that I don't care for.
Yeah.
I never really liked her character in Kimmy Schmidt because it was like not funny.
No.
It had the same vibe to me where I'm just like, and it kind of the same, I'm a rich mom who's like,
housewife
I don't know, what's up? This is a bad episode. There were a lot of bad episodes.
Where was her daughter? Or was that her bedroom from her childhood?
No, I think the daughter was at boarding school, they said.
Away.
But then the son was there, we find out, and they flipped the RV, and there's, it's fine. I'm like, I don't think
Our side mirror is missing, but...
He ran into a wall at such speed that it flipped the RV. I don't think it's just hunky-dory.
Fine. I mean, the only logical conclusion is the next morning, the husband should have been like, here's your brand new 30-foot RV.
Love that. Love that.
Literally.
Oh, my homeowner's insurance paid for it. Something nonsense. Who cares?
I was going to give you $4,000 for singing a song in my living room. I don't give a shit. Here's a brand new RV.
Sure. Roomy. Oh, God damn it. That song was so annoying. It was weird. Okay, let's talk about the song.
Ruby is ready. I just refuse. Ready for a night out.
No. You and your fake lyrics.
Hot as a firecracker.
I don't even know. Ruby is not hot. Fire and a It reminded me of like, what was it? There's like some 90s show, like DuckTales and da-da-ba, we're gonna go, and it's Doug Funny. I don't know, there was some sort of...
Doug Funny.
I can't place it, but there's something that it sounds
Banging
like.
on a trash can.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hanging on a lamp post. Wasn't that what there's...
Banging on a trash can, banging on a street light.
I mean, come on, who doesn't love Doug?
I mean, you have to.
But anyway, we haven't talked about how his name is Robert Lincoln Lee.
Oh, yeah. Who?
Such a weirdly specific choice.
But also, like, what African-American parent is naming their child Robert Lee?
It was very weird. And he definitely went by Robert.
Yeah.
Remember? Because Jane Krakowski says Bob.
Yeah.
Who's Bob?
The husband says Bob.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Jane Krakowski's husband.
With his necklace.
Necklace kept saying Bob. That fucking necklace. It was on such a tiny chain. Even if it had been on a thicker leather, it would have made more sense. It was just like a silvery thin. It was too thin for how big the necklace was. You know, it was just like as if it was gonna. You wouldn't notice the chain, and maybe it was like floating there. You know, remember those necklaces that like where the necklace was like fishing twine almost, and so it seemed like a butterfly is floating on my neck. Remember those?
Yeah.
It was like that.
Okay, we didn't talk about, I think it was the last episode, maybe the last two, where, because there's this whole thing that throughout the whole series, Lady Danger is like using Lorraine Bracco's credit card and like basically identity thefting.
At the Comfort Inn?
Why do we always gotta stay at a Comfort Inn?
Because I lifted Lorraine Bracco's credit card, and she's a platinum member here.
I will say, I did love that when Lorraine Bracco finally shows up, and she's like, don't you recognize Lorraine Bracco?
Sopranos, Goodfellas,
Rizzoli and Isles.
Rizzoli and Isles, and I was like, yes! Yes!
Why do I know Rizzoli and Isles?
Because I talk about it probably more
great.
than I should.
Probably. So then that whole scene where then she goes to jail for identity theft and stealing her credit card.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, but like that's a legit serious crime.
Oh, because his gay assistant, that whole thing, or her gay assistant.
Oh, right, was like, checking her out?
No,
and he's like, they panic and checking him out.
He gives him an up and down. I mean, I did enjoy this back and forth because it's accurate.
What are you staring at, buddy?
Oh, nothing. I just forgot that I wasn't in New York for a minute. My bad.
Yeah, you're bad.
Okay.
Loved that.
Yeah.
Because it was...
Because everyone's gay.
His character still doesn't make sense. Well, just like... Even I feel like a straight
sure.
man in
You'd
New
have
York
to be
would
more
be
used
like,
to it.
whatever,
Yeah.
it's...
Yeah, well, that guy checked me out.
Okay, hey.
Guess I'm looking good.
Oh, thanks. But no thanks. But thanks. Do you think he's on steroids? Is that where his anger's coming from?
Maybe. I like that. That's reading into it, but sure.
Because he had a lot of rage.
A lot of weird rage coming out of nowhere. Yeah, maybe. Let's go with that.
Sure. That comprised with his repressed homosexuality.
Exactly, yeah.
But yes, she's in jail.
Yeah.
The prison guard comes in and is like, well, overcrowding. I guess I'm just gonna randomly release
pick
some of you.
Eeny, meeny, miny, go.
Hey, I'm not a cheap hooker.
I know, but you're annoying as hell.
You and you.
And she's like, I'm not a prostitute. Now, is that like, oh, everyone else in there was a prostitute, so they assumed she was because she looks crazy, I guess?
I guess.
Not that policewoman was like, oh, you person who stole Lorraine Bracco's identity, you can go free, but she was like, oh, you're just a prostitute.
Maybe.
I think it's still dumb.
That's not really how it works.
I don't think so, but it's still dumb, but like, I think that's what they were going for.
Maybe. It was like the drunk tank.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we can't keep you all here because the fire code, I don't know. It was stupid. It was really stupid.
It was convenience.
Yes.
Oh, she needs to be out of jail.
Exactly. Now she's out of jail.
Like, she should have just not gotten arrested. She should have, like, he should have been like, see ya, bye, and she ran off, and Lady Danger, like,
stole a rental car and then ran away. And then,
something.
Yeah, exactly. What was even crazier to me was that then she gets out of jail and immediately continues to impersonate Lorraine Bracco.
Lorraine Bracco?
That's me.
Lorraine Bracco obviously knows you stole her credit card, so she would have changed it.
She had to have
she
canceled.
She would have had her assistant that we met
Exactly.
change it.
But also it was weird to me that Lorraine Bracco at this point had just not been canceling that credit card.
That's what I mean. Like, obviously her assistant would have already canceled that.
Right?
I mean, maybe her assistant is doing a bad job, but if there had
He's
been
too busy checking guys out.
A series of charges in comfort inns all across
That's what I'm saying.
half of America for 6 weeks.
Fraud alert.
Don't you think? I wasn't in Louisville, you know? What do you mean?
Why, like, I mean, this is a really bad advertisement for American Express. That's all I can think of.
Was it an American Express?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, from Lorraine Bracco.
I don't know. We never see the actual card.
That is actually, you're right. I can't believe American Express was like, yes,
Right?
let us.
Yeah, you can use our name.
If then at some point the conclusion wasn't, we've resolved your problem.
Exactly. Oh, we have amazing
Robert
customer
Lincoln
service.
Lee.
Right? Oh.
Really weird.
It is weird.
And then at some point, when they were in the South, he just says, they're like, what's your name? And he's like, Robert Lee. And no one is like, that's weird.
Yeah. Oh, you're named after a Confederate.
Real weird. Okay, sure. Because they wrote that. Like,
RuPaul decided
that meant something, right? Anyway, we get to the pageant. It's the final
Oh,
episode.
right.
She's gonna win the pageant, even though she's not prepared. And she seems to be, Ruby, seems to be planning to just sing the same song she won with last year,
Question mark.
But this year,
But no
she's doing
dancers.
the same number with no dancers.
And they were cute dancers.
Sure, pina colada.
Yeah.
But she's wearing a different outfit, at least.
Right.
'Cause
This
the
one's
white,
red.
I mean, the toilet paper
Oh my God.
wings were.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah. But, like, yeah, she's not prepared as much this year. Is that because she doesn't have the money?
Presumably she already, like,
Was planning all
the
of
whole
this.
thing. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's, you know what it is?
They
They
didn't think
knew
this
in the
through.
script that Cocoa Butter was going to take over for her, so they didn't bother to write something that would make sense.
Sure. But then why bring up the previous year and all the backup dancers? Just have it be that no one has backup
Because they
dancers.
wrote the scripts
Or
and
maybe
they
have it-
never reread them.
Well, exactly.
They wrote a 90-minute family dramedy comedy movie, and then they stretched it out over 10 episodes.
Yeah.
That's what happened. You tell me. Loved Cocoa Butter's performance of Unspeakable Joy, though.
Absolutely.
Keeps me running, skipping, jumping, just like a little kid.
Also love Trinity.
Trinity was great.
Yeah.
Jujubee was good.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really let
her
shine.
No.
I'm
All of
second fiddle to Trinity.
Right, and
essentially.
like, oh, my AA group and my this group and my
NA
gamblers
and
and
my
yeah.
They tried, but it didn't seem like this was for Juju.
No.
Necessarily.
Mm-mm.
Where other stuff felt like it was written for that person.
Yeah, let her be a little sassier.
Yes.
A little, you know.
A real cunty, yeah.
Yeah. Is that my bracelet?
A real Dean cunty.
Am I...
It's a joke for the cinematography fans. But anyway, yes, Trinity was fab.
Yes.
Stole every scene she was in.
Yeah.
I want the show to be about Trinity and Cocoa Butter on the road.
Oh my God, yes.
Love it.
The hell with the rules. Let the girl compete. You're blonde?
Yes, I am. Who's winning now, bitch?
Right, she's gonna win the Miss USA Drag Queen competition?
Sure. But then, oh my God, and then he shows up and he's like, I really do love you.
Oh, no, wait.
Here's
We
all
have
your
to talk about the wigs.
Oh my God.
Andrew. So, Tia Carrere shows up.
Yeah.
Breaks into the RV, steals their counterfeit money, and then decides she's going to get back at Ruby and cut up all her wigs and then hang them up like scalps.
Yeah.
It was upsetting. And then Jujubee and a bunch of queens show up with a hamper full of red wigs. Ruby, we heard about your wigs. Wigs are crossing the line.
Right.
It's not the pageant way or whatever. And here you are, and hopefully you can do something with it. Cut to RuPaul with what is, attempting to be 3 wigs that Cocoa Butter put together, and it's fabulous. And we went from It's a Wonderful Life. We went from It's a Wonderful Life to
It's a Wonderful Wig. Ugh. Do they have some of the same writers as the Will and Grace? Because these are the bad jokes from Will and Grace.
We went from It's a Wonderful Life to It's a Wonderful Wig.
But anyway, the drama, the wigs, and then they pan to the child. There's 2 wigs just on the desk that are her wigs that we've seen throughout the season that weren't cut up. They're just there.
They're just there.
Is it because she was like, because she said she needed 3 wig changes.
So maybe this was the one.
So she's saying that luckily she had 2 wigs in the dressing room.
Right.
But girl, she needed that
the third wig, and all of her wigs are gone? I don't know. Yeah, so then he shows up and he's like, I really do love you. Here's their money. It's not counterfeit. What's weird too is that nothing ever happened to Lady Danger and the counterfeit money. They had this whole thing of I've been bribing them and it's counterfeit money and the cops are here and I was like, oh great, so obviously they're gonna find Lady Danger as she's running off with the crown, and she'll get arrested again with the counterfeit money, and instead of Latrice getting into trouble or Rue getting into trouble,
Lady Danger will finally get in trouble.
Her comeuppance, I guess, but nothing ever happens. She just waltzes out with the crown.
Wait, we didn't talk about how she somehow found a Confederate flag eye patch.
Oh God.
To purchase? And
for reason why? Because she was coming for Robert Lee? I don't know.
Oh, now that's interesting. Anyway, it doesn't make any sense, but Grifter shows up.
Yep.
I love you.
Because?
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
Stay
Don't
away
touch
from me, sir. Come on, just kiss me. I know you'll feel something when we kiss. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
You stole $100,000 from me.
And then you hunted me
tried
down.
to murder me. I'm sorry, sir. No, the love is dead. Thank you. Please leave me alone. Okay, great. And the kid knocks him out and...
With a trophy, yeah.
We gotta get out of here because Child Services is here. We gotta get to Pop Pops. Oh, Pop Pops.
Pop Pops. Oh my God, the Getty Images.
Oh, I laughed so fucking hard.
Come on.
It's like this, Willie Nelson picture of a farmer in a cornfield or whatever. Wow. What? Getty Images? Oh my God. Rude. The drug addict mom has been lying to the daughter and sending her birthday cards from her father with money in them, and so she's created this imaginary grandmother.
Happy Land, yeah.
But it's all a lie. Yeah. And Ruby figures it out, but not before okay, so they get to Pop Pop's house and Rue's in drag.
I don't want you to come in.
What?
I don't know how he feels about drag. And if you come up, he might not take me.
And I don't want you to come in because if he doesn't like you, or if he is not okay with drag queens, then he might not take me in. And
clearly, you can't get out of drag and just come in and walk me in as an adult man.
Right, we couldn't.
To check out this stranger.
You're right.
So weird.
It
There's
is
so much drawn out.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because they had to have the shot.
Yeah, they wanted the shot of Rue in the field. Yeah, of course I know why. It was just so dumb. Just have them walk up together and she runs off into the field because the man that answers the door is black and obviously not her grandfather.
Yeah.
Ruby! I mean...
Yeah.
AJ!
Aja!
Come back!
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Will you stop?
AJ, stop! I'm wearing heels!
Emily, stop! Will you stop? She runs into the field. I'm so upset and nobody wants me. I'm all alone. No one wants me. I want you, AJ.
Oh,
I want you.
Why should I stop? Why? Nobody wants me. Nobody!
AJ, I want you.
I'll be your Mama Rue.
Right.
It was just
and
so
then
much.
the mom shows up.
It was so much.
Because Oh, because she stole the money from Lewis?
But apparently he had more money to fly to Texas.
Right, he just shows up randomly. I guess that was the plan all along, but I don't really know how long he had this ticket. It was weird. He'd been saving up all this money.
Saving up all
because
this
he was
frequent fly or money miles because
he was in love and he were gonna go on a trip with the hot cop.
And we're gonna go.
About
We
their
didn't
relationship.
talk about his beefy side piece.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So with the ass, lots of ass shots on it for a while.
Why not more of that throughout the show?
I don't know.
Why this
they had a little
chaste
bit. Remember they had that like
they
intro of
showed-
the construction workers all shirtless?
What the fuck was that, by the way? I forgot about that. Oh my god, that was so weird. I mean, first of all, that's not a thing. Like, construction workers aren't like, I'm hot, I'm gonna take off my shirt. But leave my vest on? But also, I'm not gonna take off my shirt. That's not a thing. That was so weird. I genuinely thought they were gonna break into like a musical number and start singing like a Village People song and like dancing on beams that were like floating above.
Yeah.
That was so weird. I forgot about that. And I was like, why is this man shirtless? And there's a
I was like,
shot.
oh hello,
I
I'm
was
okay
like,
with this, but what?
I'm not complaining, but I was so confused by the point of it. And then that guy, he's like pulling something. Oh, I'm so hot.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
my
I get-
eight-pack. Okay. And again, that was Jane Krakowski's husband's crew.
Right.
I stand.
Yes.
He's gay.
Yes.
That's the problem with their marriage.
I was waiting for that too. Like, yes, exactly. Like, oh, and then he's like, I'm gonna go absent myself while you guys do this. I'm gonna go to bed early, and then it's like because I'm fucking someone in the bed. I don't know.
Fucking that construction worker.
Maybe. I'd like to see it.
I forgot it, but that was so weird.
Yes.
What were we talking about? Oh, the mom shows up because she stole the money from Lewis.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She's in a police car and I'm here to save you, AJ.
Oh, we were talking about why wasn't there more shirtless nonsense?
Oh, because of naked guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, because there was the Danny Zuko, who was in it for like 12 seconds.
Loved
like,
him.
Yeah. I was like, why didn't we see him shirtless for no reason?
No one was like game to have fun. Like
No.
no one was ever like, oh, you drag queen. Yeah, I'll play with you. I feel like drag queens are infectious. And maybe that's my skewed perspective because I love drag queens. But like somebody along the road trip would have been like, yes, queen, let's go. You want to put me in drag? Fuck yes. Absolutely.
That was what was weird. It was either like, oh my god, I'm a screaming queen and I'm also a drag queen. Let me show you my Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Or like, I'm backcountry. We don't like your folk, but I guess by the end of your long speech, RuPaul, we'll be okay with it. You know?
I guess since you compared doing drag and being yourself to liking guns, I get your point. What?
What?
What if I told you you couldn't have a gun, that you weren't even allowed to touch one, even though you like the way it makes you feel and it gives you confidence?
But anyway, it was weird. And I agree.
Man, I really forgot about those construction workers.
Oh, yeah.
That really threw me for a loop. And then when she was sitting on the pile of all the wood and she, excuse me,
Just give me a second. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll get off now.
Lifting a 2x4, you're on a working construction site, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? You parked your RV in the middle of what is happening?
You're sitting on a stack of plywood. Anyway.
Not telling me that before I arrive.
Well, I'm sorry about that, Ruby.
In a minute.
The same thing with the party, where everyone was just like crickets.
Oh yeah. But then later they were like, take pictures of me for my Instagram. I need a gay presence on my Instagram because I'm a child psychologist. What the fuck was that? There was so much stuff. You're like, what? It was kind of Christmas Princey where you're like, what?
Where the outfits don't make sense.
The outfits don't make sense and you're like, why did I need those details? Those were not the details I was looking for. Thank you very much.
Those were not the details I was looking for. Yeah. I forgot about, speaking of the bot going through all the scripts, when he was like,
I almost went blind all over again, stone and knees.
Oh my god.
Like, what is going on?
Is that why you wrote this part in? Because I did look it up. That actor is not blind.
Okay, yeah, I didn't
in real life. So I thought, oh, maybe this is like a real drag queen who's blind. And
I
like,
love that.
But it wasn't.
No.
They just wanted to make a lot of blind jokes.
But also, it was so weird to me, too, that he would constantly just be opening the door, specifically after we had already
strangers
established that there were two people that were
trying to kill him, that then did almost, well, they like threatened to kill him.
Yeah, or whatever.
What was that whole FaceTime?
Oh my god.
We can't get into it.
No.
There's too much to talk about. But anyway, the mom shows up. RuPaul is in like a
a fabulous red gown in the field.
It felt just like a photo shoot.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
It was it was kind of like a Gone with the Wind, like.
Yeah, like if she had pulled out a turnip and been like, I'll never go hungry again. You know, something fun like that. It was very dramatic.
Yes.
And just
it was
red dress.
I mean, I loved the visual.
I was like, yes, okay. But then is the implication, so then it ends, oh, it's her voiceover.
She thinks this is her story. She's wrong. From now on, it's about us.
So is it the three of them?
Well, so I can, because the police are there,
Mm-hmm.
which like implies that the mom might try and like legally.
She was like, hey, state trooper, this person abducted my child?
I don't need more legal entanglements for season 2. I would really not like that.
No.
So if it's just, I mean, the mom character is not my favorite.
No.
If it's just the three of them then driving back to New York for season 2, like maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of boring.
Yeah. Well, I mean, season 1 was boring. What are we talking about?
Well, sure. But then I think they need to regroup, or it was just a one-off thing.
Joan Collins shows up.
I mean, yes.
Love
Pretty much always.
Mm-hmm. And always in a hat or a turban. There was a lack of turbans.
A lack of turbans and a lack of Sally Field and her gay son.
Yes! Love Sally Field.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have one more thing to say.
Okay.
Conspiracy theory that I thought of.
Oh.
Okay, so AJ.
Yeah.
Thrown into fits of rage, pushes, shoves people.
Steroids too?
No. Think about her personality type, right?
Uh-huh.
None of it is true, and I know that you want it to be true, but it's not true. It's not.
What if this is the origin story of Mommie Malone?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
Different places.
Where are you from? Different places.
She's from different places.
Different places. Her mom died, in season 2 of, drug overdose.
Drugs, yeah.
She's on the run. Why does she know how to do all this drag makeup? And then she has to start pimping herself.
Sooner or later, you're gonna have to sell it.
She wants to be a dancer. And thrust it.
Thrust it.
I mean, I like it.
Sure.
Because she's from different places.
Different places.
Selfish, rude, bitchy.
Yeah.
Flies into,
Yeah, that's true.
May or may not like ring pops. Like, I don't know.
Always eating.
Always eating. French fries. If this is one long con.
And it leads into Mommie Malone. I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it. Approved. So anyway, I would say this season was fully watchable.
It was watchable.
It had drag queens. I enjoyed it.
Yep. I think the episodes should have been 30 to 35 minutes long instead of 50 minutes long.
Even what's the standard? 43 or something?
Oh, for like an hour
For like
long
an
with
hour
commercials?
long.
Yeah, if it had been like an hour long with commercials, so 43
There
without.
were some scenes where like when they're leaving the diner and it's like, oh, we gotta get out of here quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Grifter and Lady Ginger are
get your seatbelt on.
Don't forget the seatbelt.
We gotta.
You threw the Oprah tape out. Get the
go.
Oprah tape. I haven't started the car yet. I was just like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on right now? And I think it was just padded for time. Like, wasn't that maddening? Like, get out of there, bitch! What are you doing? Oh God, it drove me so fucking crazy. It really did. So, lot to talk about. Lots of madness.
Yeah. I would say generally watch it with friends with like booze or something
Absolutely.
silly and fun. There was a lot of things that angered me, but a lot of stuff that was fun and fabulous. So, I mean, Rue's outfits alone.
Oh, yeah.
They all got paychecks, and I'm glad that that happened. And they're drag queens, and it's fun and weird. And
this is what I'll say. You turn it on, and if you're disinterested in what's happening, go make a snack.
Yeah.
If you hear the music and it seems like Rue's performing, run back into the room. Look at that outfit. Look at that wig. Yes.
Yeah. I did some ironing.
Yeah.
I did some, like cleaning around the house. Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. I gotta come back in. Oh, I was busy throwing
whatever.
it.
Like the kid is monologuing, or people are the grifters there. Just,
Oh, my God.
like go do something else and then come back. It's fine.
It's fine.
So
Yeah.
Good one.
Everybody is ready.
Hey! You're such a stupid bitch. Where was the Sassy Gay Friend? He should have won the Bob Mackie Museum.
God, yes.
Or not. I'm good.
no, Bob.
She's a stupid bitch.